and we had huge learnings with that. We understood the entire traffic ecosystem very well, and then at the same time we also realized the importance of the first mile and last mile using auto rickshaws in that. But so two main advantages of that. One, that we paid our salaries during the phase when we were experimenting with auto wale and models were like not working, and we got very good networking connections that still come in play whenever required, and we realized the importance of the first mile and last mile in the big transportation ecosystem.
Wonderful. You know, I'm still wondering, how do you make money?
I'll tell you, drivers make money. So we make money by empowering our drivers to make more money. So, and I guess that's the premise for most of the businesses, be it B2B, be it B2C. If your partners, if your employees, if your channel partners, if everyone is making money in the ecosystem, then someone who has created the ecosystem would definitely make money. So that's what we did. When we started talking to drivers, we identified the problems. So mainly there were gaps in terms of revenue visibility, the demand-supply gap, all those things. So we started aggregating data all over the city. When we started distributing it to the drivers saw their earning potential going up. And at some point of time, we introduced something called as a commission. That okay, now you are earning enough, pay us something as our pagar. And they started doing that, and slowly from one model to another, our commission kept on going up as the revenue of drivers went up. So when we started at that point of time, as per our survey, drivers were making almost 10,000 to 12,000 a month. In our first year of operations, drivers with Auto they started making almost 15,000 a month. We didn't charge any commission out of that. But yeah, they were getting confident about the system. By year 2, they were making 20,000 per month. They started paying some commission, and now there are drivers who make like 25,000, 30,000 a month, and they pay significant commission out of that.
That's interesting. Let's look at auto as such. I understand, basically, of course, it's tough for them to be on the road, and a lot of times they may not be getting any ride out of this. So was there, enrolling them is actually an education. You have to actually educate them. So what kind of challenges you faced during that phase in terms of enrolling people to get on board? How did they trust you?
So yeah, with that actually, it reminds me of a lot of interesting conversations and chais that we had with these auto rickshaw drivers, unions, at railway station, prepaid booth, at airport. There was a point of time when my parents were worried, are they interested in politics or something? So don't go alone, all those things. But yeah, so slowly, so when we went to auto rickshaw drivers, and then just to add one more complication or challenge to that, we didn't know Marathi. Now we can understand Marathi, but at that point of time, we were not even able to comprehend that. So it was tough to go to an auto rickshaw driver and tell them that we are working for you, because for last 30 years, 40 years, they have never seen anyone actually doing it for them. They have seen companies going, coming, trying something, making money out of advertising, going, but no one actually solved their problems. Union leaders have done some work, but that's more on a social welfare. No one has actually worked on the empowerment part. So when we started talking to them, they were a little confused how will we actually help them. So we realized that we have to walk the talk with them. So we explained them that you start working with us. We burned some money. We said, okay, even if you don't get any customer, we'll pay you money towards the end of the day, towards the end of the week. That's how we started enrolling few drivers. We enrolled like 5-10 drivers to start with. Then it grew to 25, 30. And then I guess we proved the model. We got angel investment, and then we started having 100, 200 drivers in our system. And that's how it got easy for us. But yeah, it was an interesting journey. We used to go on our two-wheelers, chasing auto rickshaw driver like the way traffic cops do, like side low, and then we'll stop them on the road, and suddenly we'll start questioning. After a point, they'll they get scared. Like we have seen customers getting scared of rickshaw drivers, but actually we have scared rickshaw drivers as well.
You mentioned in the beginning how important is technology in this whole, how you are using technology.
So technology actually,
because I understand Meruka, they have done a lot of investment in technology, and they have those instruments and those cabs. But yours seem to be something very simple. So what is that?
Yeah. So just to share a little bit of background about me and Mukesh, we are not like hardware engineers. So we didn't focus on a hardware-based solution. We are mainly focused on software. So we thought, let's do something using the software only, which doesn't have a hardware dependency. And it's pretty obvious that we can't put a GPS in a rickshaw for various reasons, theft being one. The way they wash their vehicles, like there will be short circuit, we have witnessed that, and a lot of other reasons. So we started right from day one, we wanted to have a highly scalable software-based solution. So we started writing algorithm that will predict the future location of the driver. So we never focus on the current location of the driver, which is where the GPS comes in play. We always predict the future location of the driver. And we have built systems that are predictive. We have built drivers that are presentable. We have encouraged drivers to be presentable. And we encourage our customers to plan. When we put all these three things together, our systems work very well. So when we say that we use our algorithms to batch trips, we use our algorithms to predict the revenue for a driver, through which he says yes to like next 3 trips rather than saying no to the current trip. We use technology to do demand forecasting. We use technology to decide whether driver should work in this shift or that shift. So there's a lot of back-end analytics that goes in how we work with them. And that's what, like, I would say still fascinates me and Mukesh at times. Like, we are too busy with ops, but we still find at least few hours a day to mess up with all those numbers and do something. It's more like creative work that you do with numbers, and that's how it works.
Analytics.
Analytics, yeah.
That's one thing. There's the buzzword today. Other thing, you mentioned you got funding. So at what stage did you get funding, and what was the pitch then? Because your model seems to have changed.
So in first year we made money mainly out of profit portal work that we did. Second year, when we started getting the traction from the driver at the inventory model, that's when we were lucky to get 2 investors who invested, and there are interesting stories to that. But yeah, we were lucky to get angel funds, and using that we started scaling. But at some point of time, we also launched in Bangalore, by the way. So we were expanding in Pune, we were doing a pilot in Bangalore, we started burning a lot of money, and that's when we realized that model that works at certain scale may not work at a different scale. So, and that's when things went a little different, and we had to change the model, mainly to make the company sustainable. And the moment we did that, we got our lessons for cash flow management and finances and everything. And since then, things are heading towards sustainability. We are still a little far away from break-even point, but yeah, things are changing. And now that we have figured out the model, and now we are more confident it won't break at a higher scale, now we are planning to go to next round of like institutional investors for next round of funding.
You and Mukesh, how do you divide your work? Like, what are you focusing on? What is he focusing on? I mean, that's like in a partnership is always, it's not an issue, but what are your strengths? What is his strength? How they are sort of coming together?
Yeah, so I guess the easiest analogy that I can give you is I'm the wife in this case, and he's the husband. No offenses to women here, but yeah. So he's the one who goes out, who does all the strategic tie-ups, like convincing investors, meeting the traffic commissioner, the RTOs, the STOs, the NGOs, everyone. And he's the one who gets customers, drivers in the system. I'm the one who sit. I'm more of a lazy kind. So I sit in office, do coding, take care of HR issues, finance, and everything. That's how we distribute the work. Mukesh has an inborn talent of selling and persuading and like marketing, and I'm good at the back end stuff. Except when it comes to technology. When it comes to technology, I'm good at front ending. He's good at back ending. He comes from a data analytics background. So that's how we split the role. So Mukesh takes care of marketing, operations, and driver and customer acquisition. I take care of HR, finance, and
So what's in the plan as far as technology is concerned? Uber, or there's so many companies using latest technology to sort of make the commute, or other basically apps. Everybody has smartphones, they have apps. Do you have any plans to use any kind of those to make it more easier for people to sort of, do this whole process much more simpler, basically?
yeah. So actually, that's a very interesting development that has happened since we have started. So when we started, we thought like call center would take care of everything. But as things progressed, and thanks to like low cost mobile devices, low cost smartphones, Android devices, we realized that the entire technology landscape is changing. So things are moving away from online to mobile apps.